Okay, Lab 3 will open in a few moments. Actually, I think it opens at 6, maybe 7, whatever. The reason for that is these tools are going to solve it in 30 seconds. And, it's funny because I've been to a lot of training for forensics tools. Like you go to Access Data, which is FTK. And they show you how the tool works, which is good. You go to Guidance Software, which is NCASE, and they make you do it all by hand first. Because you really need to know how it works. How are these tools doing it? So that's why I made you all do it by hand. When I was given this project in Tulsa, I was giving an image and said, get the files out of it. That's it. There's no explanation, no nothing. It's like, do it. So hopefully I give you guys a little more than that. So I've been adding to it. I'm figuring out easier ways to do it every time. But Lab 3, I've actually spent nearly all day Sunday, most of the day Monday, and part of the day today, because it does something very bizarre this time, which I'll show you. It's called magic. Okay, you'll see. But the whole point is now we're going to be doing it the automated way. We're going to be using 4 different automated tools. I'm going to give you the opportunity to get a 50% extra credit. So if you say you solve this one and then get a 50% extra, that could solve a bad grade on another one. You know what I mean? So that's the way they all work. So your tools are going to be Foremost and Scalpel, FTK 1.8, 1.6. Now they're up to FTK 5, but I'll just use one for now. We'll be using the other ones later on. Problem is you can't run the later versions at home. I'm trying to make this so you can do a lot of this from home. Then NCASE 7.10. When I went to the NCASE the conference last May, we used NCASE 7.10 there, but it wasn't released yet. So they've changed it. Now it's released, and it's, like I said, it's renamed to Magic. You'll see what it does here in a minute. Everybody do it yourself. Use the same exact image you used for Lab 2. I didn't put the image up there again. It's the same image. Just use it again. That way you'll see it. So recover all the file types that were assigned in Lab 2. There seems to be an issue with some students. So, were you assigned a TIFF?
Yes.
Yes, so she'd recover a TIFF?
Yes.
Okay. Were you assigned a zip file?
No.
No, so she'd recover one.
No.
How about a real media file?
No.
No. How about a QuickTime file? Okay, I'm just saying. There's always people that's like, why are you? No. Okay. Okay. So, recover all the file types that we did in Lab 2. You will not be able to get all of them. Some of them will not recover. It won't. So don't freak out. I know that. Okay? I know which ones will work, which ones won't. It says you do not need to add any custom signatures. Okay? Let me show you what we're talking about there in a second. Don't add custom signatures. Just use the built-in ones. Okay? So I'll show you how that works. What you're going to do in this one is you're going to be doing it in the quiz area again, plus you're going to be giving me a single document. I know this is the very tough part for some people. Okay, actually it's only one document with all the stuff in it. So I really should have just said only a single document showing screenshots from each of the tools. Okay, I'm going to show you what they should look like. So just one document. I mean, literally, I have people submit 40 files. It's like, why? Now, if you do it, then you change it. That's fine. Submit it again. But don't recover all 200 files and upload them. It's not good. So you're going to give me a single document with the screenshots just so I know you did it. And then you can answer the questions in the quiz. Okay? Now, the quiz is worth 80% of the grade, which I'll show you what that is in a second. The screenshots in the single document are 20% of your grade. So if you do the quiz only, you can get an 80. Understand? Okay, extra credits at the bottom. Now here's what I want. In FTK, I want a picture of the overview tab. Make sure I can see it though. I just made them small so they fit on my page here. I want a decent snapshot of your overview page so I can see some numbers in it, which I'll show you today. Okay. Then under the FTK report, I want to see something that shows documents and something that shows images. I put them next to each other there. I mean, if you have to put 2 snapshots to give me, that's fine. I just put them all together. In case I want you to show me the recovered area, then I want you to show me your report. This is actually the report I made from this lab. So that's yours should look similar to that, at least for part of it, okay? Foremost, I want to see your audit file. Okay? Everybody does know how to make a snapshot.
Yes.
If you don't, I'm going to show you something real quick. there's something called snipping tool. Watch this, snipping tool. Type snip, the snipping tool. Then you go over, oh, I want to get that right there done. That's it, finished. Then it's copied in your clipper, paste in the word, you're done. A snipping tool. If you've never seen it before, it's wonderful. And if you want to get another one, you just say new. Now I want this part only. There you go, now you got that one. Pretty simple. You can also hit save and save them as a JPEG. So if you've never used snipping tool, it's pretty handy. So you're going to give me your audit file from Foremost and your audit file from Scalpel. Okay. I ran them yesterday to make sure the data is all there. Now for the extra credit. It says you can get 50% extra credit by editing the Foremost and Scalpel config files, which I'll show you what those are in a minute. Edit those, but make them so now you're actually going to be adding custom signatures to recover the stuff that it didn't do. It's not going to get a TIFF file. Add an entry for TIFF. And I'm going to show you how to do that. If you edit the file so that I can take your config file and run it, and it gives me all the files in the image, you get 50% extra credit. Okay? So it says you get 50% by editing the 2 config files to properly recover every file type that was in the lab. Still submit the normal one, okay? But then submit the 2 config files. Just rename them to text. Config won't upload to D2L. Rename them to text, .txt. Y'all know how to do that. I hope it's not difficult. They need to recover every file type, but don't worry about the Word, Excel, PowerPoint. They will all come in as documents. When they recover them, they all come in as DLCs. That's fine. I realize that. You don't need to make it separate those out. That's not an issue. Okay? Understand what the extra credit is. Okay. All right. So that is what the project is. Let me show you where the quiz is. Okay, the quiz is under the quiz tab, as always. And the quiz, I'm even going to show you what it looks like. Start quiz. I probably should put a PDF of the questions up there. I'll do that for you. There's only 4 questions. So using Foremost, how many GIFs were there, JPEGs, PNGs, TIFFs, stock, blah, 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 and how many overall files? Now this is how many Foremost recovers when it's used correctly. I know what it should do. Okay? So how many JPEGs is it going to recover?
A lot.
A lot. Good answer. It's not 10 or 5. 5. Okay. Same with Scalpel. How many did it do? Now with FTK, I put the tools at the top of each of these. Just answer the questions. How many documents were recovered? How many graphics? And so on and so forth. So it's not rocket science here. You just, whatever the number shows on the screen, you put it in the hole here. And if you don't have the right numbers, you didn't configure it correctly. Now with end case, same basic thing. How many BMPs, how many docs, so on and so forth. Okay. I'll make a PDF of this and put it up there so you know what the questions are.
And this is without adding the custom
This is without any custom signatures. This is just using the tool correctly. So yeah, don't modify it for the extra credit and then do this part because it won't match. Okay? Everybody okay with the 4 questions are? So that's 80% of your credit. It's pretty simple. All right, so I will try to put the PDF up there. All right, now we need to talk about the tools. But before we do that, I'm going to stop the recording because that's the assignment part.